Hi beautiful people, today I'm really happy to see you for this new video. Today I'm gonna break down a sample super inspired by DEZ production style, and with this I'm gonna show you some simple tips that you can apply instantly after watching this video. So before we start the breakdown, this is the sample that I made. So this video is gonna be in two parts. The first part gonna be the breakdown more melodically, the sound selection, harmonically, what's happened. And the second part is for the effects I put, how I mix my sample. So the first thing that I do when I start the sample is start with a minimalist foundation, but a powerful foundation. So what I mean is just add two elements, but super powerful, and give the ambience that you want. In this case, it's like more a dark ambience. So I start with this chord progression, play with an arpeggio. I just make a chords. I duplicate this and I put this 5-less semitone, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Super cool technique when you don't have inspiration and you just want to have the powerful chord progression right now. I just put this free plugin. Deja Vu free plugin is like a halftime. And for complete this, I need a dark bass. So I put this bass. It just follow the lowest note of the chord progression. And I just let the silence just have some more impact. So the preset is Aviation from my analog lab bank. By the way, all the sound that I'm gonna use in this video from this bank. So if you want dark scene, high quality sound, this bank is just for you. And together it just sounds super powerful and instantaneously an ambience. So we can stop this and we have a cool foundation and great sample. But we want more things like a lead, like harmonics. So the first thing I do is add this crazy lead, so like this. Long note, just accent some part. I just put a reverb, an EQ, and it's the preset that I use, again from my analog lab bank. And like you see, this lead accent something, but accent what? Accent this other lead, sound like this. Just crazy. I again put a reverb and EQ, that's the preset that I use, and together these two leads is just super powerful. Super cool. So it's a great tips to have two leads, and one is for anticipate another lead, and you can after this layer, and with that you have some super powerful and original lead that no one have, and melodically is way more interesting. And like you see, the melody that I play, I just go up with the notes and anticipate again this super high note and switch with this more energetic part. And for switch again, and I have this anticipation again, I add this crazy lead, sound like this. Go up and go down. Play with the movement of the arpeggio. It's super interesting, to layer some part and play with the sound that we already have, like this. It's follow the arpeggio. The preset that I use is Dean Sheet from my analog lab bank again. So for the second part, more energetic part, I need layer the sound. So what I mean with layer the sound, it's like this other bass, something like this. Super dark, super Magdine type of sound, and layer with this bass is just another level. The sound I use is Berserk from my analog lab bank. I just show you the other layer that I put for the chord progression. The first chord is like this. Crazy sound. It's all from my analog lab bank. I love this sound. Just add this super cinematic texture and a layer with these other chords. More high notes, and this is the preset I use. And finally I add this seed. This one I use is Barbecue Sunday. So now we have a crazy melody, but we need to mix this. So now we're gonna show you how I mix this sample, but after this I just need to show you these two elements that I don't break down, and it's cause it's the same instrument that I use for the arpeggio, and everything is the same EQ, the same reverb, but the thing that it changed is the volume, just make the sample more cohesive. But the really cool thing change is this Deja Vu preset. Cause I talked about this Deja Vu before, but I don't mention this button, the smooth button, and trust me, is one of the sauce to make this crazy DEZ FX, textured FX. So listen the before and the after. So before, normal preset, but it's just slow down. But if I turn this button less 100%, it sounds like this. You have this crazy fragment FX, portal FX, and it's a free plugin, so it just adds so much texture to your sound. And I just play with a different preset, you know, less 50% to switch with this part, and in the first part I just play with the smooth in 100%, and it's adds so much variation in the sample and so much texture, and for me is a crazy plugin to just transform literally your sound to a crazy texture. And again, this plugin is totally free, so that's just crazy. And right now I'm gonna show you the technique to make your sample more alive. So like you see, I just link every sound to a bus like this. I link sample to the sample bus, I link to drum and bass sample, and I link this bus to beat bus like this bus too, and beat bus to the pre-master and the pre-master in the master. So first thing first, how to create a bus. Just create an audio track like this, press this button and press this button, and you have a crazy bus. So if you want, you can select all the sound that you want and link this to this bus. And what is interesting is cause I just can put a compressor and it's gonna compress everything together, but don't touch the bass and other elements like the drums, like the vocal, etc. So I'm gonna delete this bus, and I'm gonna show you what I put in first thing first in the sample bus, because like you see, I just split the instruments, you know, in this sample bus and in this drum and bass bus. So the first thing that I do is just put an EQ like this one. I love this plugin because it's a simple EQ actually, but you don't see the waveform, the frequency form, you know, like this EQ, and you just trust your ears. But if you want a free alternative, you can just have a free EQ like this one. After this, I just put an OTT, you know, free plugin stock in Ableton. I just put this in 12%, super cool multi-band compressor. And I have this free plugin to just amplify the stereo. So before those plugin, and after the plugins. For the drum bus, I just put this FX, you know, just make the bass just more warmer, you know, before and after. You know, again, a little detail. So in the pre-master, I put this free plugin. It was free in last Black Friday, but right now I don't think it's free, but it just makes your sample a little bit more cohesive. Again, you know, before and after, before and after. Nothing really changed, but it just again make your sample a little bit more cohesive. And the final plugin is again a stock plugin in Ableton. It's just a shifter, and I just switch the pitch. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you learned something. I just enjoyed the video. If you want the same sound that I use, by the way, the sound is in the description. My new unlock lab bank, I just put all my energy to make this crazy bank. So thank you again for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe, it helps so much, and I see you in another video. Peace.